Hey guys, it's Kat. I thought to commemorate my reaching 20,000 posts on Tumblr, I would create this question and answer video type thing because I've never made one before, and well, tomorrow's my last day of first semester, so what better way to celebrate finishing half of your senior year by creating a video. So yeah, let's just start, I guess. So Flames from the Mind asked, what made you want to create a Tumblr? Back in March of freshman year, I think it was, my friend had made a Tumblr and was just like, oh, this is like a really cool blogging platform type thing, and I'm sick of seeing people on Facebook, so you should make a Tumblr to keep me company. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really take it seriously for about a year, I think. I really started like hardcore blogging somewhere between spring of sophomore year and like summer before junior. So yeah, I think that was how I started. I don't know. It wasn't really like, I never really devoted much time to it until like the summer before my junior year, which was really bad for me, but hey, I came out alive, so yeah. Anonymous asks, what happened to your knee? You know, I don't even know. It started like 2 weeks ago, like exactly 2 weeks ago when I was at fencing practice, and it was kind of irritating me. And like, you know how like when you really want to crack a joint, it kind of hurts, and then once you crack it, it feels better? Like, I thought that it was like, it's similar to that kind of pain, and like I didn't know why it was happening. Like, I thought maybe I pulled a muscle or something, and I tried cracking it. Like, I tried like squatting on one leg only, my left leg, and nothing worked. So then I just kind of let it go. I still practice, even though it was kind of bothering me, which was really dumb on my part, I guess. And then last Tuesday at a meet, it was really bothering me, but I still wanted to fence. So I fenced, and I fenced like 3 touches, and my knee gave out, and here I am. So yeah, I just came back actually from my MRI. I think I'm out for like 2 weeks, and we'll see how it goes because the season ends in like 3 or 4 weeks anyway, so it's a bummer. Okay. Scintillating Ephemerality asked, how often do you go outside? Well, I mean, I have to go outside every day, I guess, for school. It's really cold out. It's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like, I don't know, like somewhere around, it's negative. It's definitely in the negatives for Celsius, just for you non-Americans out there. Yeah, it is really cold, and I can tell because my knee is hurting more than usual. Yeah, but I guess I go out, we can walk outside when we're going to our classes. Like, that's what I like about my school. We can like walk outside. And I don't know, I don't really do many activities outside in the wintertime besides skiing, but with my knee like this, I don't think I'm gonna be skiing for a while now, or even maybe the rest of the season. But over the summertime, like, I go outside pretty often, I guess. It depends on my mood and like how humid or hot it is. I can usually take heat and humidity, but again, I don't know. There's a park like locally, so me and my friends usually just go to the park sometimes to chill and like hang out by the waterfall and yeah, I guess do normal teen things, I guess. Dean Laughing Alone with Pie, aka Hannah, asks, what is your least favorite kind of social event? I don't know. Honestly, what makes a social event, like what makes a social event enjoyable is obviously like socializing with like people that I like, or people that I can tolerate to some extent. I really don't like really loud events. Like, I don't know. I've never gone to homecoming. I'm not a really big fan of going to those big dances. Like, I'll go to prom, and I went to junior ball last year, but that's about it. I've never been to homecoming. And people are like, oh, you've never been to homecoming? What? And I'm like, it's really no big deal. Like, no one really remembers homecoming anyway. So, yeah, like, I'll go to, like, parties, like, my friends' sweet 16s or their birthday parties. But usually it's, those are more enjoyable because, like, I'm usually with, like, good company. So, Chandelure asks, why you so awesome? I don't know. It's anyone's guess, but I'm flattered. Thank you. Anonymous asks, when's your birthday? It's in a month. It's February 21st, which is a month from Monday, and I will be turning 18. Yay, I'm a legal adult. I'm held accountable for my actions at that point. Euphoric Lovers asked, if you had to live anywhere else other than where you live now in the USA, where would you live? How often do you wear dresses, skirts, heels, or girly clothes? What's your number one food, drink addiction? Well, if I had to live anywhere else other than where I live now in the USA, I want to say Chicago because I'm really biased. I really want to go to school in Chicago. It's like my favorite city ever. But it's also like unbearably cold, but I could handle the cold if I could go to my top school in Chicago. I guess Chicago, I don't know, like I can't see myself making a permanent residence in a big urban area because I prefer living in suburbs. It's quieter. The crime rate is lower, housing is cheaper, it's not as busy. So yeah, I think I'd love to go to school in Chicago just because it'd be fun to have that experience and those opportunities, but I'd probably live in a quieter suburb area. I don't know, I kind of like where I live. Like, as much as I gripe about how boring this place is, like, it's got its perks. But if I really had to pick, probably California, just because the weather there doesn't change very much and it's always nice and temperate just because their weather comes from the sea. So, yeah, California, maybe. But again, it's expensive to live in California. So, yeah, okay, California. And how often I wear dresses, skirts, heels, or girly clothes. Dresses, I used to really, really hate wearing dresses in public. I don't know why. I kind of forgot why. But I have some sundresses that I wear on occasion, like to school and stuff, and like casual dresses. I obviously don't wear them very much now because it's so cold, and I have to fight to put on a pair of jeans every single day because they are so cold. My room is actually the coldest room in the entire house in the winter and the hottest room in the summertime. Like, I'm holding my iPod right now. I'm recording with my iPod and my fingers are frigid. Yeah, dresses and skirts, like, I'll wear them on occasion, like, casually. Heels, I used to love heels, but now I really can't stand them as much. Like, I'll definitely wear heels for, like, dances, sweet 16s, parties, piano recitals and concerts. Yeah, for those, like, formal events, I have heels. And other girly clothes, like, I don't know, I'd say that my wardrobe is, like, a pretty good mix of, like, you know, like, t-shirts, jeans, and other, like, you know, more feminine type clothing. Makeup, I don't really wear that often casually just because I don't have the willpower to wake up early and make my face pretty, I guess. I will wear makeup, like, for, I don't know, formal events, concerts, and so on and so forth. And what is my number one food, drink addiction? I really, really love peach Snapple. I'm just saying. It is my favorite drink ever. Actually, no, let me correct that. It is my favorite drink ever after bubble milk tea. If you have never tried bubble milk tea, Shayna, you have to try bubble milk tea. It is the greatest beverage you will ever, have. Your taste buds will thank you for it. And food, I don't know. I really have, I have been raised eating Chinese food like all my life, and I don't really like fast food, but I really love Italian food. I love it more than I should. For some reason, Chinese people don't like eating dairy products. Like cheese, like too much cheese. No one really likes cheese in my household, so I'm the only one that's like, hey, let's go, like, eat, like, spaghetti at a nice Italian restaurant, and they're like, no, which is really sad, but, oh well. Yeah, so, Anonymous asks, what is your favorite candy? My favorite candy is peach rings. I love peach rings, and very few people know that about me, but I have a friend that I visit in New Jersey a lot, and we go on, like, adventures together. Like, we, like, ride our bikes around the town, and there's always a 7-Eleven that we stop at, and I always get peach rings when I go there, and it's like, it's become our, like, adventure journey food or something. I don't know. Little fun fact about me. Serendipily, aka Cynthia, asks, would you date yourself? Would you eat your posters if your doctor suggested you get more fiber in your diet? Would I date myself? Maybe a less neurotic version of myself? A less neurotic male version of myself? Actually, on second thought, I don't think I'd want to date myself. I don't really like myself that much. I don't know. It depends. I'd have to... It's kind of weird dating someone that's exactly like yourself, I guess. Would you eat your phone? I'm not even gonna lie. You sent this to me last night at like 1 a.m. and I actually had to stare at it for like a full minute to process what you just asked me. If my doctor suggested that I eat my posters, I think I'd have bigger problems than my diet. So... I don't know how I'm supposed to answer this. I'm sorry. Also, my posters cost a lot of money, and they were given to me by really, really awesome people. I don't think they'd appreciate that, so probably not. Next question. Akio Zoro, aka Jason, asks, okay, where do babies come from? I don't think I should be the one telling you this. I mean, Google is your friend, Wikipedia is your friend, sex ed is your friend. Okay. I am sorry for this. I'm sorry about my life choices. I'm sorry for everything that I represent. Anonymous asked, what do you do when you're not on Tumblr? I do a lot of things. Let's think now. What do I do when I'm not on Tumblr? I read, I guess. I read a lot. Or I try to read a lot. I have to do homework. I watch movies. I watch anime, as you could probably tell. If you haven't seen my room, by the way, it is covered in posters. And, yeah. What else do? I fence, I play piano, I go to school. I really like to drive, so I like going around town sometimes with my friends. And, in terms of, like, extracurricular activities, I volunteer. I volunteer at a senior center, and I volunteer at a hospital. And I play in the pit orchestra in my band, and I run a science magazine. I'm editor-in-chief of our school science magazine. I guess that's pretty much it. It's like the bulk of my free time, I guess. And I don't know. just chill. Sometimes I just, like, listen to music in my bed, and that's a good time for me. Le Cirque des Rêves. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. It looks French, and I never took French. I took Spanish, so I'm sorry if I butchered that. Asks, what did you want to be when you were a kid, and how did that change / stem into what you want to do now as a future career? When I was a kid, I don't remember what I wanted to be when I was a kid. I feel like I wanted to be a doctor when I was a kid. A doctor or something medical, because my dad used to work at Columbia Medical Center, and he used to take me all the time, and that's one of, like, the first memories I had. I used to live in New York City, so I spent a lot of time with my dad, and, like, he introduced me to all of his, like, coworkers and friends, and I think I was, like, maybe 3 or 4 at the time, so it really left a really lasting impression on me. So yeah, I think I wanted to be, like, a doctor when I was a kid, and I still want to be a doctor, except now I realize I want to do psychiatry, which is, like, basically psychology, but you need a medical degree. Like, you diagnose, like, mentally ill patients, because, like, I realized that our society really doesn't take mental health seriously enough, and I know that after the whole incident in Connecticut a month ago, like, everyone's been talking about, you know, more mental health care and all that, and I guess it's a starting point, but the problem is that this is going to get into, like, a really, really long rant, but, like, I don't know, I feel like we don't take mental health seriously enough at all, because we don't, any little funding that we have from the government that has to do with research in, like, the medical professions usually goes to, like, curing acute diseases like cancer. And, like, not to devalue the importance of that, but, like, then we know very, very little about neurobiology and, like, all of them, what goes on up here, which is kind of sad because we can't replace our brain, and so we have to take care of the brain that we have. Like, all the technology, all the amazing technology lets you have a synthetic heart, synthetic eyes. We found ways to regrow different organs, so, like, that's all well and good, but we, to this day, have not found a way to regrow a mind, or, I guess, I don't know, to heal a mind, I guess. So, yeah, that's something that I'm really passionate about, and I really want to do when I grow older. Anonymous asks, who is my favorite Harry Potter character? I'm tempted to say Hermione, but she's such a cliche answer. I have a lot of favorites. Oh my gosh. No, you can't do this to me. Hermione was the very first fictional character I ever identified with, so she has a very, very special place in my heart. Because I started reading this series when I was in first grade was when I first watched the movie in theaters, and at that point I'd never, like, read the books. My mom, I think, took me to see the movie when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So then she bought me the box set of the first 4 books, which I actually have on my bookshelf still. And so I read the first 4 books, and then I bought the second book, not the second book, sorry. In second grade, I bought the 5th book when it came out. I think it was second or 3rd grade. And I just really fell in love with Hermione. Hermione and Ginny. I love Ginny. She's so underappreciated. Oh my god, one of my favorite characters. And the Marauders. I love the Marauders so much. I really, really wish that Rowling had written, like, another side story, side book, or something, like a companion book to the Harry Potter series where she talks about just the Marauders, because I love them so much. I love all of them so much, except for Peter Pettigrew, because awful human being. So yeah, I guess Hermione. Hermione's my favorite Harry Potter character. I love all of them though. I love them all. And finally, 17x Infinity, aka Darby, asks, what is my dream vacation and what was the best day of my life? My dream vacation, I have never ever been on a cruise or to any tropical island ever, and my friends were actually talking today about how they went on a cruise in the Mediterranean, and I really want to go on a cruise in the Mediterranean, like go like Greek island hopping. Like I think that sounds so much fun. I'd love to go like also to Japan. I might be going to Japan actually right after graduation. I'm not really sure if that's gonna happen yet. But yeah, I really want to go to Japan. I want to visit. I want to go on a Mediterranean cruise. Like I went to Europe when I was in 5th grade, but I was too young to appreciate it, and I didn't get to visit Spain or Italy, and those are 2 countries in Europe that I really want to visit, and possibly Austria. I went to Germany, but I didn't go to Austria. I really want to go to Austria and visit Vienna, because it's so gorgeous there, and also because I really want to visit Mozart's house. That's something that's on my bucket list. And the best day of my life. I have a lot of days to pick from, I guess. So I guess the best day of my life would be the second time, not the second, maybe the first or third, the third time that I played at Carnegie Hall. I played in Carnegie Hall 3 times, and each time was really amazing. But I think when I played my 3rd time on 8th grade, that was my favorite one, I think, because I remember that that year, like, a whole bunch of my friends had one too, and those Carnegie Hall concerts are so much fun, because most other concerts you have to like sit in the audience and then like watch every single performance, but like that concert was like 4 hours long, so like we all stayed backstage, and like when it was our turn to perform we like lined up, but like after our performances we just like stayed in like the dressing rooms and played like Egyptian rat screw and other card games like BS, and like we ate snacks, and it was just so much fun. And yeah, that year I had a whole bunch of friends that made it, so we all had a really good time that year. That was a really awesome day. I can't think of any other ones, I guess. Yeah, I guess that would be the best day of my life. Nothing else really comes to mind, so yeah. Alright, and that was it. So, wow, 23 minutes. That was a lot longer than I thought it would be. Okay, yeah, I don't know how to end videos, and I'm sorry that I am really awkward on camera and in person, should you ever come meet me in person. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna end this now. Okay, bye.